Good evening and welcome to the Posthumous Poetry Series Part 7. One of the ideas behind the series was to be able to read from the 14 different volumes of poetry I've written to give you kind of an idea of the different periods in which I was writing. I was always fascinated by guys like Picasso who had their blue period and their red period, and I always felt that when I wrote, um, that the different volumes I wrote reflected those periods that I was in. My poems aren't always the same. They've come from different spaces and places, and hopefully we'll be able to get a nice idea of what I was doing and what the hell I was trying to accomplish. And also, tonight, I wanted to read a kind of a comic piece, a black comic piece. This place in the poem really is Pittsburgh, and it reflects a certain period of time living in Pittsburgh. And a couple of the references might be worth mentioning. I used the word savasana. Savasana is, for those who do yoga, know that it's the corpse position. And I mentioned Giant Eagle. Giant Eagle was one of the big supermarkets in town. And when Jerzy Kosinski died, they found him in a bathtub with a plastic bag around his head. So when I mention those things, that's kind of what I'm alluding to. So as I say, this is a comic piece entitled Buffet. If you choose to use the word buffet for the title, you'd also be on track. Buffet. It was October 1986. The International Poetry Forum was celebrating its 20th anniversary. I ducked into the men's room before the evening's gala poetry reading featuring Stanley Kunitz, Linda Pastan, Richard Wilbur, Eugene McCarthy, William Stafford, Derek Walcott. The masters of ceremony for this evening was Jerzy Kosinski. Washing my hands, I see Jerzy in a tuxedo coming out of one of the stalls. Prior to tonight's gala reading was a gala buffet, so I say to Jerzy, "How was the food?" "It was cold," he said. I said, "Isn't that what buffet means in French? Cold food?" And leave. So Saturday, we're at Bruce's and he is showing us the obituaries on Jerzy Kosinski. I'm not surprised. After all, suicide is the way certain writers say goodbye to their lovers. Look at the bright side. At least he wasn't in Pittsburgh in Savasana, in the bathtub, a plastic shopping bag over his head. I mean, think of it. It could have been a blue, recyclable Giant Eagle shopping bag that reads, "Rule number 1, the customer is always right. Rule number 2, if the customer is ever wrong, refer to rule number 1.